Mississippi marks 1 year since the official start of the pandemic. Many cities are at odds with the state over how to move forward, with some areas enforcing mask mandates and others lifting all restrictions. COVID-19 specialist Amanda Decker shows us what could happen over the next few weeks.
Over the past week, several states, including Mississippi, have lifted their mask mandates and loosened or removed restrictions for capacity entirely for businesses and restaurants. But the CDC has a new report this week that finds mask wearing and tighter capacity restrictions do in fact slow the spread of COVID-19, and they've also now confirmed a direct link between the number of cases and deaths in a specific community and the local mandates that are in place. Now, over the past year, researchers have found that COVID-19 most easily spreads through the air, especially in enclosed spaces with poor ventilation. That oftentimes includes restaurants. Now, combine that with people not wearing face coverings because they're eating, and it's a recipe for disaster. The problem comes from aerosol virus spray that travels from an infected person to someone else in the room. Many times, though, the staff is put more at risk than the customers simply because of the amount of time they spend in that environment. The CDC has conducted several studies on these topics over the past year, but the most recent study finds that Mississippi could soon see cases start to rise again. Here's what it found. When mask mandates were issued, infection and death rates dropped in those states, cities, or counties within 20 days. Daily infections rose over 6 weeks after business capacity rules were lifted, and 2 months after that, death rates rose. And when it comes to eating inside a restaurant, cases and death rates also went up after 40 days without any capacity or mask mandates in place. Now, between July and October of 2020, counties all across the country that had mask mandates in place saw COVID cases level off and some fall slightly. But areas with no requirements saw huge spikes during that same time period, which is why health officials say even with these sporadic citywide mask mandates like in place in Hattiesburg, we could still face another surge in the state of Mississippi, and it'll be too late once it finally happens. Reporting for Fox 23 News at 9, I'm COVID-19 specialist Amanda Decker.